When you were 7, one summer felt endless. A single afternoon could feel like an entire adventure. You chased insects, built imaginary worlds, waited forever for your birthday. But something changed. Now entire months disappear before you even notice them. A year feels strangely short. You blink. It's already winter again. Why does time seem to speed up as we grow older? The clocks haven't changed. The Earth still takes 365 days to circle the sun. Your phone measures every second with incredible precision, yet your experience of those seconds keeps changing. The strange part is that almost everyone feels it. Psychologists have studied this feeling for decades. Neuroscientists have searched inside the brain for answers. The truth isn't that time moves faster. It's that your brain tells a different story. Every moment you remember is built from information. Your brain isn't recording reality like a camera. It's selecting details, ignoring others, compressing experiences, and constantly rewriting the past. Think back to your first day at school. You probably remember the classroom, the smell, the nervous feeling in your stomach, maybe even what your teacher looked like. Now think about last Tuesday. What exactly happened? Most people struggle to remember, not because Tuesday was shorter, because it wasn't different. The human brain pays attention to change, new places, new people, unexpected events. These moments require extra processing. The brain stores more information, and more stored information creates the feeling that more time has passed. This idea has been explored by researchers including psychologist William James, who argued that novel experiences make life feel richer in memory. Modern neuroscience supports much of that idea. Novelty activates brain regions involved in attention and memory. One of the most important is the hippocampus. This small structure helps transform experiences into long-term memories. When something surprises you, the hippocampus works harder. More details are saved. The memory becomes stronger. Later, when you look back, your brain finds a large collection of memories. It concludes that the period must have lasted a long time. But routine creates the opposite effect. Wake up, eat breakfast, go to work, study, scroll, sleep, repeat. The brain notices very little. There are fewer unique memories to store. Weeks become compressed. Months begin blending together. Looking backward, they feel incredibly short. Have you ever driven somewhere familiar and suddenly realized you barely remembered the journey? Scientists sometimes call this automatic processing. Your brain handled the routine with minimal attention. You arrived safely. But very little became a lasting memory. If memories shape our sense of time, what happens when we stop creating new ones? Researchers studying aging have found another fascinating clue. Children experience almost everything for the first time. Their first bicycle, their first movie theater, their first friendship. Every experience is new. Adults, however, have already seen thousands of sunsets, thousands of meals, thousands of conversations. The brain becomes efficient. Efficiency saves energy, but it also reduces novelty. There's another mathematical illusion. Imagine you're 5 years old. 1 year is 20% of your entire life. That's enormous. Now imagine you're 50. 1 year is only 2% of your life. Each passing year becomes a smaller fraction of everything you've experienced. Some psychologists believe this proportional effect also influences how we perceive time. Memory and mathematics work together. Then there's dopamine, often called the brain's motivation chemical. Dopamine rises when something unexpected happens, a surprise, a challenge, an adventure. Higher dopamine activity helps strengthen memories. Routine produces less excitement. Less excitement often means weaker memory formation. Again, the days disappear. This doesn't mean adulthood has to feel fast forever. People who travel often report that vacations seem surprisingly long, not because the days contain extra hours, because every street is unfamiliar, every meal is different, every conversation demands attention. the brain starts recording again. The same thing happens when learning a new language, starting a new hobby, meeting new people, even taking a different route home. Tiny changes interrupt routine. Tiny changes create new memories. New memories stretch time. The famous neuroscientist David Eagleman has written extensively about this idea. He explains that our experience of time depends less on clocks and more on how the brain processes information. Time is not only measured, it is constructed. That construction changes throughout your life. So maybe the real question isn't why time speeds up. Maybe it's why we stop noticing it. Modern life encourages repetition. The same apps, the same roads, the same schedules. Our brains become experts at prediction. Prediction is useful, but mystery disappears. Without mystery, memory shrinks. Without memory, years collapse into one another. Imagine reaching the end of your life and looking back. Would decades feel full, or would they blur into a handful of routines? That question has nothing to do with age. It has everything to do with attention. You cannot slow the clock. No human ever has. But you can change how your brain experiences its passing. Learn something difficult. Visit somewhere unfamiliar. Talk to someone outside your usual world. Create memories your future self cannot ignore. Because one day, you'll look back on this year. The clock will say it lasted exactly 365 days. Your brain will decide whether it felt like 12 months or only 12 moments. Time was never speeding up. Your memories were simply getting quieter.